And hello and welcome back. Yes, we took a 2 week hiatus and we're back again. Welcome to Let's Eat LI and Beyond, where our table is set for you. This is your show, not just my show. It's everyone's show. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think so. So hopefully we have people watching today. Because we have been away. If not, catch us later on a recorded version. Okay. Remember, we're on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, Facebook and YouTube, when we have Let's See LI and Beyond. And then we also have it on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast on YouTube. Did I say that already? Maybe I did. I don't know. I'm just tired. I hope everyone had a great Labor Day weekend. We are going to have a show today. We're going to have Esther's Plate, and we're going to have Ken Comics Cook with Bonnie Scalisi and Helene Witt. And Helene's a very interesting comic. I believe I heard that she had wrote some jokes for Joan Rivers, which is great. Yeah. Okay, so what do we have? Again, we're glad to be back. Okay, on this Sunday on Chef Felix and Company, we have Sinatra Sunday. I'm very excited about it. We have singers. They're going to sing some Frank tunes, maybe some Nancy Sinatra. Also, we have, excuse me for a minute. I'm just trying to get us on YouTube. Okay, also, we're going to have Joe Curry will be on with Bonnie Scalisi, which is going to be great. And we have Esther. I believe she's going to be in Frank Sinatra's park. And she's going to be asking people some questions and everything. It's going to be a good show. I really can't wait for it. It's going to be really great. People who love Sinatra hopefully will like it and see get some information on Frank that maybe they didn't know, such as his favorite meals. I may go over that. And then we're going to have a trivia contest, a Frank Sinatra trivia contest, which we're going to have. We're going to give away a prize. So if you want to be in the contest, what you do is you go on my messenger, Felix Restucia, and then we'll figure out how you're going to be on. Okay. Again, we're going to give some prizes out for that trivia contest. So I urge everyone to join it. And it's going to be Frank Sinatra trivia. Okay. Don't worry, it'll be multiple choice. So you get to choose if there's a question you may not know. We'll be able to help you out. Okay. Shout out to Mary Grace Lopez Franco. Hello, Mary Grace. I got to know Mary Grace through Lucy. Okay. And Mary Grace Lopez Franco is watching. I appreciate her watching. Shout out to my favorite Filipinas. And I think Mary Grace is going to be getting into that category. So shout out to Shine. Welcome back. I'm glad everything is okay with Shine. And check her out. She has some really good posts. She does a lot of good gardening out there. Then we have Hazel. Hazel's another person that has great posts. She's a great cook, and she does a wonderful job. And then Lucy, the beautiful, lovely Lucy, also a shout out to you. Okay. And some more shout outs we have out there. And I want to say to all the people in the Philippines that watch us, Salamat, which means thank you in Philippine. So that's a little knowledge for you people out there. If you care for it to know, it's a wonderful country. They have a lot of different things. And in fact, I'm going to be posting a post to help the children in the schools out there. They're looking for some supplies. That it's not like here where we have organizations to help underprivileged children to get school supplies. Over there, it's different. They don't have anything. So I'll post something if you care to go on Amazon, buy I don't care, a package of notebooks, like 6 to a pack, and send it over there, please do. The freight is, I believe, like $20. So it's worth it to probably get more than one pack of notebooks and send it. And I'll have the address of Judy Rosie Alda, I believe her name is, on there. So if anyone would like to, donate, you're not sending money, you're just sending supplies. So it's a real thing. Okay, so where are we now? Where are we now? We got the Sinatra special on Sunday. We got Esther's Plate. We got Can Comics Cook with Helene Witt and Bonnie Scalisi. So we're going to get the show started now. And we're going to bring on, we're going to bring Esther on right now. Okay, here is Esther. Esther. Okay, we're going to get Esther on in a moment, and we're going to have her on. She's she's on the Jersey Shore, I believe, looking quite lovely, and she's had a little technical difficulty, but she's going to be coming on in a moment. Okay, so let's get Esther on in about a moment. In the meantime, while we wait for her, we'll talk more about Frank Sinatra, but I believe Esther's here now. So there we go. All right, Esther.
Felix?
How are you, Esther?
I am well.
Good. Where are you?
Rested.
Good. I understand you were at the U.S. Open, correct?
What's that?
You were at the U.S. Open.
I did go to the U.S. Open, yes.
How was it? Good? Did you enjoy the
Open?
Open?
My phone in typical fashion.
Of course. Don't worry about it. That's what happens. This is live. Things happen, so don't worry about it.
Absolutely. Life is one big pop quiz.
Okay. All right. So, Esther, tell us where you're at.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I know I said I would be at the shore, but I ended up going to Philadelphia today because I am someone who loves adventures. And
yes.
I randomly got to this place because there was a ton of traffic. So I'm like, let's get off the highway. Then I ended up in Center City, Philadelphia, and Anxiety Central. There were no parking spots. So I'm like, oh, this neighborhood Fairmont is nearby. I bet they, have better parking and it's a little less crazy. And then I went looking for a place to eat, and the places this person on the street recommended were closed. But luckily I found this place called Fairmont Pizza. And
okay.
They do pizza, burgers, salads, comfort food that you need. And it looks like it's a pretty easy to be place where you can sit down. You don't have to feel formal, and you can just get some good food, fill up, and relieve all the stress. I got a menu from them, and they're basically like a neighborhood joint. I can show you what I have.
Okay, why don't you go landscape on that, Esther?
Wait, so that means this way?
Yes. No, the other way.
All right, everyone, be envious of me. Please don't critique me that I'm eating some bad food.
Yeah. Turn your camera to landscape. That's like this, you know.
Wait, so this way?
No, the other way. The other way.
This way.
No. You have to twist your camera so it goes.
What do you mean?
You have to hold on, I'll show you. Ready? Hold on.
Here, wait. Do I go to settings or no?
No, what you do is you take your camera like this, right? And then you turn it this way.
This is how it is now.
Is it? Okay. Hold on. Let me go. No, it's not going to work. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's okay.
Anyway,
Don't
so
worry.
I have like a hamburger. It has pickles, red onion, tomatoes, lettuce, and fries. And I got a soda. And I have never been here before, so I'm taking a real chance. But it looks like they also do catering. It looks like they have great pizza, stromboli, heroes, grinders, gyros, anything you want. They probably got it. Mary Grace, maybe you're commenting that you want to eat what I have. I'm going to say I snuck in a few bites and it was pretty solid. I like how they laid out the pickles like that. That was really helpful. Also, how they put the burger in a bun and then they put the lettuce, tomatoes, and the red onions on the side. I felt that was good because, like, nobody wants an overstuffed burger that it's gonna fall out anyway and explode, and then you officially hate everybody. They did say they would talk to us again. It looks like it's a neighborhood joint.
Okay.
It's called Fairmont, and it's since 1979, which was the year I was born, and they're on Fairmont Avenue in Philadelphia, on 20th and Fairmont, if anyone is in the area. They were really nice as well. It's really efficient. They call out the order pretty loudly. I'm always worried about that I'll get overstimulated. Let me give the meat a test. Again, I've never been here, so this is all faith, but let me see how it is.
Okay.
It's pretty well cooked. It's on like a nice whole wheat bun, so it's a lot of substance, I think. You can really taste it's a good texture. Again, the pickles are a nice touch that they put everything on the side. The fries are pretty good. Let me see.
Okay.
It's pretty good fries. They also serve beer, which is great. They offer takeout and delivery and catering options. So they could be your go-to if you're having like an office party, if you're having people over and you need something quick. I will also say they were really quick. When I ordered, some places are slow. They are also really efficient. Like, they did have a line when I got there, but they sort of took care of everybody, got everybody online, took their orders. Whereas you go to some places and they keep you waiting, and it seems like, the workers would rather be doing anything except taking your order. So they're really efficient, which helps because, when you're having lunch, you have limited time. The pickles are great, actually. I'm not a pickle expert, but they taste really good, and they're a nice touch that they added. It looks like they have great hours, too. They're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. until midnight. And on Sundays from 8 a.m. till 11. And I know, since the pandemic, a lot of stuff really closes early. So It's nice to know there are some establishments out there where if it's late at night, you have somewhere to go besides White Castle or 7-Eleven.
Right. Can you kind of pan around to show us the place a little bit? Can you show
sure.
the camera pan around so we
it's
can
very
see?
no frills, which means you'll feel comfortable. The guy did say he would talk to us.
Okay.
Here's some pizza boxes stacked up.
Right.
They have a bathroom, which I think is amazing, especially since I had been driving for over an hour, and who doesn't need a bathroom? Again, it's really just an easy no frills task. I think the guy will talk to us as well. I can ask him a few questions. Again, just a nice, easy way to pick up the stuff.
Right.
Easy, long line to line it up. Yeah. Let me see if he can talk to us. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Yes.
What's that?
Yes.
I mean, they
Go
also
ahead.
have
Yes.
pictures
Yep.
Of the food. I think that really does a lot. Here's
Okay.
the pizza they have available.
Yeah, looks good.
Like the pizza looks like it's pretty good. I mean, if you're a New Yorker, you're probably going to be disappointed by pizza. So I want to cook something else.
Well, it looks very much like New York pizza, and I imagine Philadelphia is pretty like equal to New York. I would think. You know.
What did you say? Sorry.
I said Philadelphia is pretty kind of like equal to New York. You know, with food.
Oh, do
I
you
would
think so?
Yeah, I
I
think
mean, I
so.
have to say the best pizza I ever had was at a place in Amherst, Massachusetts. Their pizza was really good, but I mean, usually you can't go wrong with pizza. Like,
No, not
I
at,
think it's pretty hard to mess up pizza. Like, it's simple to make, not many ingredients. Like,
right.
it's something people want. Like, more if you're making an exotic dish with multiple steps,
Right.
then it's hard to really, like, you know, do it well. But I think pizza, as picky as you want to be and to compare different pizza places, I think
Right.
most people don't get a pizza and think, God, that was terrible.
Well, you know, a lot of times it depends on the city and the influx that they have of Italian culture. You know what I mean?
They
So-
have a lot of Italians there. I mean, that's a good
Right.
point. That there are
And-
lots of Italians living somewhere.
Right.
The pizza's probably not half bad.
Right, exactly. You know, and for states or cities that aren't heavily populated, you have Domino's Pizza, you have Pizza Hut, you know, things like that. I said you'll have like Domino's Pizza or Pizza Hut. You may have, you know, you may have a really good pizza place there, someplace that, you know, does things
I mean, I
different.
think Domino's Pizza serves a certain purpose. Like,
Yeah, it's not
it's
bad.
mainly if like either you're really hungry or you're hungover or you're
Right.
really broke. Then I think you go to Domino's. But if you're
Yeah.
really looking for like something for like a more
College.
palate, then I don't know
Right.
if you go to Domino's for pizza.
Younger crowds, college students, you know, things like that, you know.
Yeah,
So
broke
it's
college
made for
students,
college
maybe go for Domino's, but most
Yeah.
stuff these days isn't really open late. That's what can be frustrating. Is like,
Right.
I don't know. I always feel it's discrimination against night owls.
Right. Well, if you know, in the old days, you could be in Brooklyn, and if you want a slice of pizza at 12 o'clock at night, you could get a slice of pizza. You know.
I only remember the boat pizza. I guess we had this pizza that was like they dug like a hole in like the bread, and I remember that was just whoa. But this
Yeah.
pizza bar, like, I guess I was also more in the mood for a hamburger. Like I felt like it was a little more substantive, and so far this is meeting my needs.
Good. You can't go wrong with a burger. You know, I love burgers myself. I like burgers, hamburgers myself. You know.
Yeah, like a hamburger is pretty healthy for you. Like it has a lot of protein.
Right.
It'll keep you energized. Like if you don't get too thick of a patty, you're okay. Like you
Right.
can get like, I don't know, the quarter pounder or the half pounder or something like that from McDonald's where it's really thick.
Yeah.
That might be a little too much. But
Right.
the meat patty that they had was pretty thin. So it's not like you're gonna feel like stuffed afterwards. So
Right.
any listeners who want to get stuffed, that's okay too. Because sometimes we're at a point where we want to be stuffed.
Right. Well, plus, you know what's good about a burger is you could get lettuce and tomato, and you getting like some vegetable in there. You know.
Yeah,
It's
like
good.
they slice the lettuce really nicely. The red onions are nice.
Right.
The pickles, like they really gave, you know, they laid it out really nicely, which you appreciate rather than just stuffing it all in the burger.
That's great.
I'm usually not a ketchup person. That might make me a freak to some people, but I just never saw the appeal of ketchup. So I guess I'm a sufferer.
You know, I kind of like mustard on mine. You know, a little
Like
mustard.
mustard.
Yeah, I like a little mustard on my burger,
Yeah.
like a Dijon mustard or something. That's what I like. So
Definitely.
Esther, you got to tell us, when are you going to have the prices right again?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. And how
Tomorrow
does
at 8. We
and
want
how
you
does
back on because you were so funny when you went on.
yeah, I
But
know.
tomorrow at 8, we're doing another Price is Right live. And I
Okay.
usually do it on Facebook Live or on YouTube. And it'll be a lot of fun. I'm trying to add like a new twist to it where people maybe get a dunce cap or something, like I'll
Oh,
pick out
wow.
the dunce cap if someone is way off.
And how does someone watch this? Where do they go to see it?
And later in the month I'll be doing, I think I might add like in October I may make October couples month where we have a couple face off against each other because I
Oh,
think that
nice.
could get interesting.
Yeah,
If you
right.
have a couple and they're like battling at stakes for something, sometimes it feels like it could get a little more competitive.
That sounds great. Now,
Yeah.
where
Thanks
does
for
someone
asking about that?
right? Where does someone go to watch your show? Where can they
What's
watch
that?
your show? Where can they watch your show?
Oh, on YouTube.
On
My
YouTube.
channel is
Okay.
called Esther Forrester. They can watch it on YouTube.
Okay. Esther Forrester. Okay.
And then I reposted on my Facebook page afterwards, and my Facebook is just Esme4.
Okay. So, folks, that's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Esme4, ESME, right? FORR. Okay. And
Yeah.
then the YouTube, you can watch it live under Esther Forrester. Okay.
Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. So check that out. And
Yeah.
I will be coming on, Esther. I promise you.
Thank you so much. We're
You gotta
hoping
let,
Price is
you gotta
Right.
let me
Since
know
Bob
what
Barker passed, I'm hoping to really carry on his
day.
legacy.
Yeah, right, exactly. I know the set. Well, I was going to say a joke, but it's not really funny. So because he just passed, but
Yeah.
you got to let me know what days and times so I can pick one. Okay. You have to let me know what day and time that you have available so I could come on and pick a date.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Okay. You got to put
Thank
me on.
you so much.
You gonna put me on with your cousin again? Or are you
Cool.
going to put me on with your cousin again?
Yeah, I thought
your
you guys
cousin.
were kind of, you played off of each other well.
Right. Okay, great. All right.
Awesome.
All right, Esther. Anything else you want to talk about? How's the weather down there? How is the weather down there in Philadelphia? How is the weather down there in Philadelphia?
It's same as New York. It's
Right.
unbearably hot, but I like
Unbearably
heat.
hot. Okay. And
Again, I like suffering.
right. Are you going back to the US Open? Are you going back to the US Open?
I went to the U.S. Open last week, but I probably won't go back again. Though I did hear that Thursday there's free admission to the ground, so perhaps I'll go Thursday. Like you don't get access to the stadium, but you can do like all the outer courts, and you might see like some good junior matches, some good wheelchair matches. So for anyone listening who's also a tennis fan, Thursday is free admission to the U.S. Open.
Okay. Now, one other question.
What?
I have one other question. Ready?
Sure, go ahead.
Any predictions for the men's and the women's? Who's going to win?
Gosh, I think Sabalenka for the women, and I hope Alcaraz for the men, but anyone but Djokovic for the men.
Okay. I know my wife wants Coco all the way. So
What?
my wife wants Coco all the way, I'm saying.
Cool.
Goff? Yeah, I guess. She's still in the running, right?
Nice.
Goff is still winning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Esther.
I had so much fun.
Yes, enjoy your burger. And
I'll try.
everybody, don't forget to watch Esther's Price is
Thanks
right,
so
right?
much, guys.
Yeah,
We'll watch The Price is Right tomorrow.
right. On Facebook, Esme4, ESMEFORR, and on YouTube under Esther Forrester Live tomorrow at 8 o'clock, right?
Yep, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock tomorrow. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, Esther.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Okay, that was Esther. If anyone doesn't know, Esther is actually a tennis instructor. So that's why she's into the U.S. Open. And I'm sure Esther, if you play against her, I'm sure it's going to be quite a challenge because I'm sure she's very good. She teaches tennis. So if anyone is interested in that, contact her on her Facebook. All right. We want to say good morning to Ann Rothney. Ann Rothney's watching. She's an avid watcher of our show. Hello, Ann. It's nice to see you too. And we have Bonnie coming up now for Can Comics Cook? And here we go. Okay, and here's Bonnie. Bonnie, how are you?
Hi, Felix. How are you?
Okay, and we have Helene Witt in the back. Hello,
Yes.
Helene.
Right here.
Helene, thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. She's
Yes, we do.
cooking a very interesting dish, which I will let Helene tell you about herself.
Okay, I'm going to put you guys on the screen now, all right?
Thank
Okay,
you.
cool.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Hi, listeners at home. I heard there were 1,000,002 listeners. I'm 5
Yeah.
years old, but thanks for having me. Today we're cooking a simple dish. It's an Indian dish, and I'm giving 3 choices of what you could cook for this interesting, delicious Indian meal.
Okay.
And I just realized I fucked up because we were.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm not supposed to curse. We were cooking pasta, and I forgot to put on the timer. So we'll just have to
I think you
we'll
did.
just have to
You
wing
did
it.
put it on.
I did?
Well, it says 8:55.
No, I messed up the timer. So we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to
Okay.
back to Helene.
So what we're gonna do is, Bonnie, could you show our ingredients? This
Okay,
is the
so
background. This is Thai lime rice by Tasty Bite, and you cook it for 90 seconds, and it has no GMOs. It's USDA organic. Then this packet is Tasty Bite 60-second microwave Indian Bombay potatoes, and it's medium. You know what that means? It's spicy as you know what.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
seeing- Felix, are you seeing the packets? You can see them?
Yes, they're interesting.
Okay.
This is another choice. It's organic Indian Madras lentils, also by Tasty Bite, and it's microwavable for 60 seconds, which you see this is not a hardcore big meal to cook. And this is mild. Bonnie, would you show the mild sign? So you have a choice. Even their mild ones are, to me, spicy because I'm not a spicy eater. I might be spicy, but not when I eat. And then this is Tasty Bites chickpea tikka mar salad. Pardon my Indian pronunciation.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's tikka or tikka. And this is 60 seconds. What we're going to cook today is we're going to cook rice-a-roni, heat and eat garlic and olive oil rice. And we
Nice.
mix it because I have that kind of stomach. We're going to mix it with Indian Khana masala, which is another choice of their different packets. And you see, I opened it up already because I'm going to put it in the microwave, and I'm going to put the rice in the microwave separately. So you have a 90-second and a 60-second meal. And here's the exciting part. If you're not excited already, you have a choice by putting as a base bread, like 2 pieces of bread, or
Okay.
any kind of pasta. I put 2 choices here.
This is the one that's cooking right now.
Right.
This one.
Okay.
It's in there cooking.
So you have a choice of rice as a base, pasta as a base, or 2 pieces of bread or more pieces of bread. So what do you think of that, Felix, as an exciting, quick meal to eat for lunch or breakfast? Be careful of those spicy ones, or dinner. What do you think of that as a meal?
Well, I think that in today's society, we all look for something quick and tasty to eat. And I
That's-
think you definitely fulfill that. Couple of questions. The ingredients that you get, especially the Indian ingredients, where can you buy them? Are they available in any grocery store or a specific one?
Great question, Felix. I bought mine at the grocery store, and there are some Indian grocery stores near in Queens where I live, but you see them in grocery stores, not all of them. So what
Right.
I went on Amazon, but I over ordered by mistake. I pressed the wrong button. I'm not an Amazon buyer, and I ended up with enough of these different packages for months and months, which is why I thought to bring some to Bonnie's house.
Packages for
Sure.
everybody.
I thought I could leave them for Bonnie, but unfortunately, I'm wrong. I have to take them home. But seriously, good question. Where do you buy them?
Right. And I believe the correct pronunciation is tikka, Tikka, right?
that-
Tikka.
But do you
Yes.
want to stir the pasta because it's been cooking for a
Yeah,
while?
we forgot to time it.
We did not time it. So now she's stirring the pasta. Does it feel like it's kind of getting ready?
Okay.
Let's
Well,
see.
you could tell by tasting it. That's what the Italians do, like me.
Yeah, it's a little hot.
You could tell if it's hard or soft
Is
enough.
it good?
We'll leave it a few more seconds.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Sounds good.
But- What do you think of this, honestly, Felix, for yourself? Is it something you would try?
I would think yes. My wife is Caribbean, so I think it's very similar to like their diet. So yeah, I definitely would, because I'm always looking for something different. You know, you can't eat Chinese food all the time, so I think that would be great.
And you know what's funny? What I'm proud of, as you can imagine, I invented this meal.
Really?
Oh
So
yeah,
you-
nobody said mix some Uncle Ben's converted rice or rice-a-roni with Indian food. Nobody's been talking about that.
Why not? Why can't you do it?
Cultures.
Hey,
Good
look.
food.
They
That's right. Why not? But I mean, I thought
Right.
of it by myself, and I eat it all the time. I don't eat the
Right.
spicy one. I ordered 4,000 of those by mistake, which is why Bonnie's happy. Maybe your daughter will eat them.
No,
I'm
no.
I'm surprised that they didn't take it back, because they always take things back.
They probably would have, but Helene isn't that capable of going that extra. That's why I have 14 printer inkjets at my house. Back.
Okay. Well,
Way.
If it
all
says
right. Well,
Back when you're a certain age, you know, you don't understand all of that technology stuff.
absolutely.
You know,
Well, I just want to take a moment out to say good night to Mary Grace Lopez Franco in the Philippines, who's watching.
wow, that's so cool.
Yes,
Try
she's
this in the Philippines.
a great girl. So we wish her a good evening. Okay, because over there it's like 1:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Actually,
Wow.
Ann
I-
Ann Rothney says hello to both of you and Helene, just to let you know.
And
Okay, and getting back to the meal, I mean, Helene, people mix mac and cheese with burgers and everything else now, so why not do that?
Enjoy yourself. She's
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
trying to dump hot water without the what do you call it?
Gloves?
Oven mitts.
You can tell how often I cook. What did you say, Felix? I know you were rudely interrupted by safety.
Yeah, I didn't want her to burn herself.
Your combination isn't that bad. I mean, you got rice with the Indian, which is great. And, people nowadays, they mix like pancakes, hamburgers, and mac and cheese.
Oh yeah.
To make something. So,
That, you
You know.
remember the Ray the pretzel guy? All the
yeah,
stuff
right.
he put on the pretzels, like things that you would never think would go on a pretzel. He
Right.
just like had everything under the sun, and it was amazing because it was just such like what's it called when you think of things
Innovative.
innovative. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't so much like apologizing for my combination. I just wondered. I'm very proud of it, actually.
All right. So now she dumped the pasta in there.
Good choice of
My
pasta.
inclination is to just put tomato sauce on it.
Right,
But
of course.
He's going to show you a different way to cook it. All right, so
Okay.
here it goes.
I'm putting this in the microwave, but I have to warn you, ladies and gentlemen, all 400 million of you plus two, this could pop and leave food on top of your microwave, so you have to clean it afterwards.
Oh God, why don't we
Okay.
post,
Paper towel. We'll put a
Yeah,
paper
let's
towel
put-
over it.
here's a paper towel. I don't need that in my microwave.
Schmutz. She doesn't need schmutz there.
No
That's a
schmutz.
technical term. That's an Indian term.
Okay, so you want me to put it in the microwave?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And then afterwards, we'll put the rice-a-roni.
So this is the microwave.
Okay. You know, Bonnie, you should get yourself one of those covers that covers the food when you in the microwave.
I have it, but she wants to cook it in the packet. All right, so how
Okay.
minutes?
Oh, 90 seconds. That's the magic of this meal.
I have to do a minute because I don't think I have 90 seconds. So,
You do.
You do have 30 seconds. She's got it.
Oh, where's your
wait,
timer?
you go.
That's it.
There you go.
That shows you never
See
did 90 seconds.
the two technical wizards over here.
That I know how to use my microwave for 90 seconds and not much.
Exactly.
I thought I would mess it up and it'd be 90 minutes. And then we'd have a fire on our hands.
That happened the other day. I was cooking these hot dogs that were already cooked from the freezer, and it set off.
They exploded.
And
they
it ruined the Tupperware, the brand
Uh-huh.
new Tupperware, which I'm making a bad commercial that it broke.
Uh-huh.
I can't use it anymore,
Right.
but I have to buy a new one. So then, and it also smelled up in the air conditioner and the
Oh my God.
off
Oh,
because
no.
I was heating up a hot dog too long.
You know what else is really bad to microwave? Oatmeal or any kind of hot cereal. It
Well-
overflows. If you don't get it right, it will overflow all over your microwave.
You know what I cooked once that started smoking and setting the microwave on fire was sometimes I buy chocolate chip cookies and I like it to melt
Yeah.
and eat the cookie like it's soft.
Too long.
So if you cook a chocolate chip cookie too long, it's not good for your microwave. It will basically start smoking and setting your microwave on
Right.
fire.
I
So
should have taken a picture of my Rubbermaid with the hot dog burnt through it.
Wow.
yeah, so right now we are pretty much done, and I suggest you use your safety mitts because it's probably going to be hot.
You can tell I don't use mitts. I pick something up like that. Okay.
You know what, Bonnie? You may not know how to cook, but you definitely are a HACCP person, a safety person in the kitchen. I have to say.
I like Helene was saying, I have kids, and
Yeah.
so I have all this stuff that
You have to be.
I'm always careful of the. All right, so she just dumped it in there.
I'm
Okay.
and then I take a spoon and I scoop out every last drop because I'm that way. I don't let anything go to waste.
Nothing wrong with that.
Thank you.
Believe me, you're talking to a guy who was a student in a French culinary school, and we didn't waste a thing. If you threw something out that they thought can be used, they would make you they would make you eat it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You're a real culinary master.
So now she's cooking. What do you?
The 60-second rice.
Oh, the rice.
Okay.
Different rice than you might use.
I don't like rice.
And I'm an addict for rice. I eat rice too much.
I like Japanese rice.
Yeah.
They cook it. It seems different. It tastes different to me.
Really?
That I like. I like Japanese fried rice, and that's it.
You know what I like? Basmati rice. Basmati is very good.
Oh, basmati. I've never.
Right. Yes.
One of the packet are basmati. I had it last night. I know
There you
why
go.
you like it. I think it's just white and fluffy, right?
Yeah, kind of. And it's a little longer grain, I think, too. I'm not sure. But it's good.
Now the rice that I chose here, it's in the microwave right now. It's really a spicy one, as
Okay.
opposed to a mild basmati or lime rice.
Right.
This lime one is so nice. It's limeish.
Yeah.
I said it's lime rice. Oh, I forgot to tell the people to squeeze this. It says to do it. You want to get it all uncrumbled.
Right. You don't want it to clump up. I get it.
Yes.
Okay, so now the rice is ready.
And she's going to use
Use your mitt, your oven mitt.
and I'm going to put the pasta into the bowl with the food as well. Let's let this cool off, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Rice, we'll let it cool off.
Take your time. We got plenty of time.
All right, so now she's taking the pasta and dumping it in there.
It came out in one piece. What does that say, culinary student? It came out in one pudding. Like, of
So the other stuff is under there.
Right.
course. I mean,
And
not
now
of course.
she's gonna mix rice with
Wow.
it.
It's still. Yeah, this is unusual. Remember, I said you have a choice, and I found myself putting both the rice and the pasta in. Your cardiologist is going to have a canary over this. I didn't to cook both, but I'm showing you the wrong thing.
Well, some people put like potato with noodles, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm a bad carbohydrates person. That's why Bonnie's so slender.
Well, I'm not, but thank you.
As long as you have
It's
Uh,
one-
as long as you have like protein with it, that'll break down the sugar from the carbs, and it won't go as fast.
I
Uh-oh.
think that what she cooked before was the protein. What do you call the thing that she originally put in
Oh,
the
the
microwave?
beans?
Yes, the beans are protein.
beans.
Yes.
Well, we could look and see if it says there's protein.
No, it should be a protein beans. I'm sure. Trust me.
6 G's, 13 G's, 12 G's.
12 G's protein, I guess.
I don't think this is, you know what I mean?
Do you
Like
have-
a
Now,
nutritionist.
do you have the spoon, the brown spoon?
Yeah.
What happened to it? All right, let's just get another spoon.
I wanna
Don't you need a
remind-
bigger spoon to mix it?
Okay. I want to remind the people at home that we could have, instead of, well, we could also add the bread, but bread is a choice. Putting the
I think pasta, rice, and bread is a lot.
no, what I'm saying is instead of the pasta and the rice, I'm reminding you, you could have
she's
just had,
stirring it all together now.
you could have had just 2 pieces of bread
Right.
with the
I'll
with
hold
the
this for you.
with the bean dish.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, this is the meal. Any questions? Oh, why don't you add some string beans at home, perhaps from a can of string beans? I never did.
Cans and microwaves.
Cans and microwave, the most healthiest thing not to teach these people.
So how about we'll put a little on a plate and then you could taste your own creation.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot we weren't going to eat both. I could have cooked them separately. I could have put half the packet in with pasta and half with rice.
That's okay. All right, so she's gonna taste her creation. Wait, can you see? Wait, are you in camera? Yes. What do you think?
Let me see. Get a little.
Spiciness got nice and bland for me.
Bring it a little
In other
closer.
words, it drowned out the spiciness. What'd you say?
Right. Bring it a little closer so we can see it.
Wait, the food?
Yeah, there you go. A little more. Can you go landscape? Hopefully, you know what landscape is. Yeah, you go.
Yeah, that we know.
Now bring
Okay,
it.
so you see
Bring
the
it
rice,
closer. Yeah, that's good. That's
the
perfect.
rice, the pasta, and the beans.
Right.
And as spicy as it is, even though it's called mild, it still has a little kick in it for you people who like spices.
Well, a lot of people like heat out there, and you know, a lot of people like beans. A lot of people like Indian food. Believe it or not, it's a lot of vegetarians love Indian food. If you're a vegetarian, the Indian diet is perfect for you.
Yes.
How is
yeah.
it good?
Excellent. Good job, Felix.
No, good job, Helene. You're the one that made it. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, that was a humorous quip.
Listen, Helene, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Okay, I
How you
still
got into comedy?
Don't worry about it, Helene. I'll clean it up.
Yeah.
That's my job. I'll clean up at the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bonnie's good at cleaning up.
Water? Yes, I have lemon water.
Okay.
She keeps trying to grab my phone. I don't know
Oh,
why.
Yeah,
I'm the only one who touches my phone.
Oh.
Sorry.
I grabbed the phone to talk about myself while I asked for water. Wow,
Yeah.
Bonnie made me water with
Only,
lemon.
only because I'm afraid if I touch the wrong button, I'm going to disconnect us. That's the only
I
reason
still
why.
here.
That's okay. I'll clean it up after. So,
Look at
so
Bonnie, I got
Oh,
to defend you that.
my dad's house,
Yeah.
there are horses on them, and I made this lemon water fresh for you.
Bonnie, I have to commend you on the lemon water. Since I told you that,
Oh,
you've done an
Because
excellent
I love
job.
it. Do you know I live on this stuff?
Yeah,
This
it's great.
lemon water.
It's great.
Wow.
It's It's great for the kidneys
Is
too.
it too lemony? Okay. Excellent. She likes it.
It's great for the kidneys.
That's-
First of all. Second of all, Bonnie, you got to learn to take the labels off on the lemon, though.
Take the labels off the lemon. Yeah, that's true.
Got to remember
You
that.
wanna I could bring the rest of the food to you. You could eat it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, why don't you guys sit at the table?
So Helene is going to talk about herself.
Yes, exactly.
Sit too.
Yes.
yeah.
Have Elaine talk about herself. Tell us what she's up to. How she got into
Oh my
comedy.
God. Yeah, then I break the glass. It's a brand new glass from my dad's house.
It's not brand new. It's old glass.
Don't worry.
I'm just going to stand because I want to make sure you're
I
in
almost
you're
broke
in
it.
the frame.
Oh, sorry. I'll tell you what I'm up to.
Yes, go ahead.
So I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, I like to use the word comedian. A lot of people say actor instead of actress. I like comedian. Do you like that?
I don't care what they call me.
Yes.
Well, and
Comedian is a very good description of a woman comic, actually, right?
but people don't use it anymore. Do you notice that?
Yeah, I heard Milton Berle use it a long time ago when he was introducing, I think, Marilyn Michaels or something like that. And he said, she's a bright comedian. Not a comedian, but a comedian, because
That was the title then. But it's gone now. People say actor and comedian, and I like to say comedian. It was the word of the day because I'm old and I know that.
right.
Felix, do you want her to tell about how she wrote for Joan Rivers?
Well, yeah, well, let her tell us how she got into comedy, what she does, where she's appearing, and then she could discuss Joan Rivers. How's that?
So I was lived in. Want me to hold it? No one touches your phone. So I was living in San Francisco because remember back in the day when they said, if you're going to San Francisco, wear a flower in your hair. And
Right.
my best friends from growing up moved to California. So I went to California. I was a school teacher like Bonnie, but they had cutbacks in that year.
Okay.
And I had a course, so I said, I'm going to California. That's how I ended up there. And I'm walking down the street in San Francisco, and this barker wearing a leisure suit, his hair was slicked back like a greasy barker, like a stereotypical, anyway.
Sleaze
he's-
bag.
What?
A sleaze
Like
bag?
a guy at the circus with the cigar in his mouth, and he's walking. I'm just walking down the street where I moved to, and this guy goes, "Comedy, comedy, comedy! Come to the comedy club!" And it was the farthest thing from my mind. And I walked in, and he said, "Stand on the stage and look around." Well, it turned out that's where Robin Williams was doing improv back
Nice.
then. He was
Yeah.
just to Mork and Mindy. So I was there at the perfect time. I took classes, and I ended up, the teacher, the one who was barking, said, you could send a query letter, that's what it was called then, a query letter to any one of your favorite comics, and they buy jokes. He sells jokes to people. So
Right.
I went to a library. It had something called books then. And it was a reference manual with every comics manager's number. So it wasn't a mystery.
Wow.
I wrote to Joan Rivers' manager. He told me, which I was shocked, what subjects she needed jokes for, because every day she was hosting the Tonight Show at the time. So I was very lucky. And I had a job, like an office job, where you sat at a Selectric typewriter. It had the ball, so it wasn't clunk, clunk, clunk. It was easy to just think and write. And I just wrote jokes on the subject, which happened to be Liz Taylor. Like, how fat is she? I hated.
Oh, wow.
That-
I remember
that's
those jokes.
about-
Yeah.
And I wrote jokes. And the next thing you know, my friend Bob Reynolds, who I can't find him anymore, unfortunately. I mean, I just don't know where he is. I wish I did, because he taped on the VHS. He taped Joan Rivers on the Tonight Show every night, because we would study. We studied her album. We were channeling her. I'd walk down the street and start thinking like her. So
Right.
Anyway, he taped it. He taped her telling two of my jokes, which I'm so thankful about. So I got a pink envelope in the mail, and I'll never forget it. It was from her, and they bought some jokes. Now, people say she's cheap because she only gave $10, but hear me out. If you had to write a monologue for Steve Colbert or Jimmy Fallon, and it had to be new every day, and they never use those jokes again, do you think they're going to give people hundreds of dollars, whereas Rodney Dangerfield could buy you a joke for $50 in those days and tour the country for a year? So I
Right.
never mind that. I just love the fact that I sent her jokes and she used them. I don't care if how often do I get paid for comedy anyway? So that's how it happened. But
Wow.
I'd like to fast forward, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
Movie and I got to tell that story. And they went to the estate of Johnny Carson and got permission to show in the movie Joan Rivers telling the joke and me doing what I'm doing now. So Joan Rivers told it once, it bombed. I told it that it bombed again. She told it again. And then at the end, she goes, that was going to be my big joke. So I have that in a movie that's
Wow.
on Peacock. So it's even makes it, I mean, that was like in the mid 80s and now it's back again. So I'm very proud of that. And it was all those years ago. And that's the highlight of my career, really.
Do you still have the envelope that Joan Rivers sent you?
I have something else, which if I was at my house, I'd bring it up to the screen. I could show you a picture of it. I have a copy of where they said, you know, she bought a joke for $10. And I have a letter. This is going to make you laugh. It's on Pink Stationery, which in those days, it's not like today where Pink Stationery is usual. This was unusual to get.
There is no Pink Stationery now.
Well, you know, like you could go to Papyrus and get beautiful.
Right.
That's what I meant. Like, anyway, you could buy pink paper, but in those days to get a pink envelope in the mail. So what I have is a piece of stationery with her name up top. You know what it says? And I'll tell you who it's from, Sabrina or Sabina. And if you watch Joan's reality show, she was her assistant. So I have it framed in my apartment. Anyway,
Right.
You know what it said? You're going to laugh. It says, this was separate from her buying the jokes. It said, we moved our office and we found this pile of jokes you wrote behind the cabinet.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
So they were like, I sent more jokes and they found them behind the cabinet and here they are again back to you. So I thought that was like a funny insult. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
fun. And I was flattered to get it. And since then I went to see Joan Rivers. She wrote some books before she passed away, like a lot, one after another. And I went
Right.
to every signing and she said, you know, I said, I wrote jokes a few years ago. And she said, send me more. It was a 6-page contract they sent me.
Really?
Yeah, you're not allowed to ever say those jokes again. But the one she told on TV, I told again. And I have a joke that says, she's dead. Why don't you tell the jokes? Because her lawyer's not dead.
That's great.
That's good. But
Well, you know what?
I'm-
Elaine, you might have gotten $10 a joke, but it's really priceless. You know what you got.
I'm so, you know, I'll never get tired of it. I'm not, you know, what were you going to say, Bonnie?
I was going to say that Helene and I have a lot in common. Not only were we both teachers, and now we're doing stand up, but she, like I am, but she's more doing it right now. Is a Beatle fanatic, like
Really?
I. That's another thing we have in common. And I would like, if it's okay, can she talk a little bit about her Beatle collection and that?
Absolutely. You know what? We could do a Beatles special too on a Sunday.
Oh my God, I would love that.
You know, I went on.
You could have Helene on.
I did a Beatles special on Governor's Radio with what's his name?
Tony?
Tony?
Yeah, and he had another Beatle expert comedian on.
Right.
Will Sharon. Will
Yes. I know him. Yeah.
They
I
know
know
more of other things about the Beatles than I ever would know. So what happened was when I was in college, I purposely went to college in New York. So if they ever came to New York for anything, I'd be close. That's how much of a fanatic I was. Well, John and Paul came to the Johnny Carson show to announce Apple, their new company. And my friend and I hid under a table and we hid in a closet and we ended up walking through Central Park with John and Paul and 2 of their people.
Wow.
And we have pictures. And Paul recently has made a lyrics book. And there's our picture that we were saving for when we get old. And
Really?
Yes. So I am now talking to his people that's our picture in his
Right.
book. And I know how it happened. I mean, it's not like nobody has the copy. But anyway, it's our picture we were saving. You see pictures of me on my Facebook with John, and I have pictures with Paul, but the pictures from Central Park are in my bedroom and nowhere else except for the few people who have copies. And there it's in Paul's book. You can imagine my shock.
So basically, you are the 5th Beatle, correct?
Sweet. He's,
Felix, isn't he the
I love
best?
Felix. I'm sorry. Beautiful Caribbean.
You know what? The first song I ever heard as a little kid on the radio was "Love Me Do," if you
Oh,
can believe that.
Oh, I love that song.
that's beautiful.
And
I,
I
of all the
Beatles
music
ever since. What?
that's out today, I still love.
Yeah, I think I was like 5,
Old
6,
music.
something like that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Helene, tell them about your apartment. Like you have.
Oh,
pictures
I have a
all over.
I have a Beatle room, Felix, and
It's really cool.
our friend Heather came into my Beatle room and took a film of it. And
Oh wow.
she told my nephew, when Helene dies, I'm getting the Beatle room. And my nephew said, why you? Because she was off her phone for 2 days and we couldn't find her. And I'm the only one who knew that.
There you go.
weren't calling your aunt that day.
Well, you know what, Bonnie? I think I feel a Beatles special coming on for
Oh,
a
yeah.
Sunday.
Helene, would you be a part of it?
Yeah, what would we do? Cook or not?
No, I mean you could show your Beatles room for all I know. You know.
Yeah. It could be about anything, right? It doesn't always have to
Yeah,
be.
it doesn't have to be food.
Over and come in the Beatle room, or
Yeah.
we can
Yeah,
places.
Yeah, we'll figure out something, definitely.
yeah. You and Bonnie could be in the
Maybe we could
Beatle room.
contact
You know.
We could contact Will Sharon and include him. I actually know Will.
You know
That-
who else loves the Beatles?
Who
Do
else?
you know Richie Byrne?
Oh yeah, I know where.
Yes,
I
I
didn't
do.
know. When I met him, he said, I admire your Beatle pictures or something like that. I didn't know. I heard of him, but then I'm sending him something because I said, what would you like? And I offered him some. I mean, I'm not going to live forever. I'm sending him one of the
Right.
things I have. It's not valuable, but it's something he chose.
Right.
And Bonnie,
Right.
if you wanted something like an 8x10 glossy, or Felix, if you want to have some
Yeah.
8x10 glossies.
I love the Beatles. I love Beatles. I love Beach Boys. You know, the Doors, the Who, all those guys.
I have a Doors CD in my car that I could live without because I played it already.
Well, when you were in San Francisco, did you go to Whiskey A Go Go? But the Doors were already gone by that time.
Oh. No, I didn't go there, but I saw Queen in a big arena. I saw Elton John at the Greek.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who I saw that are now famous.
But it's I just I also like everybody else. I saw her Beatle room from a Facebook post. And
Okay.
I when I was in my dad's house and I had my own room there.
Right.
I had Beatles all over the wall. But this was before the internet, so I never got to
When
take
you went
pictures
to
of
empty
it.
your dad's house, I was going to ask you if you had any Beatles stuff.
Well, my brother took over my room years ago, and then I have a bunch of Beatles stuff, sadly, in a box in my basement.
Right.
And then I stupidly gave away 2 very valuable things to somebody I was going out with. He was my boyfriend at the time, and I gave him 2 things that I regret.
Right.
But you know what? It's like you do things.
Hey,
stupid
Bonnie,
things.
when you're in love, I was 5 years old. I had Batman cards. All right.
And you gave them to you.
I gave them to Jeannie Forte in my class because she was cute and I loved her. So there you go.
You know what? I figure it's like good karma. I gave it in good faith, and
Right.
every time he looks at it, he has to think of me.
Right. Well, I remember. You guys remember like the Beatles dolls? I remember my sister had some. I think.
I gave him, and they were Beatle bubble bath.
Yeah.
well-
Right. Yeah.
I gave it to him, and then I had a Beatle like record player that you put the 45s in that had the Beatles on it. It was
Yeah.
like it was the original one. I gave him that. I gave
Right.
him my stuff like an idiot. And then he dumped me. But
I remember. Yeah. Go
but-
ahead. Sorry.
all her stuff. So,
I had a husband once that he was so heartless, and that's why I moved back home from San Francisco. That's another story. I had a beautiful autograph book. I used to go to Ed Sullivan Studios every week. So
Wow. Yeah.
I had the Who's cigarette butts from the airport, and I was left without any money, and I sold that autograph book to this guy who owned a record store.
Wow.
I felt like this guy had no regret watching me sell this thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Broke.
because it meant so much to you.
And
Yeah.
and you could see what a heartless person he is, but he's dead.
Unbelievable.
So
Well, that's good.
Karma.
Karma, right? There you go. So what I was gonna say? Well, when I was a kid too, I remember we were on vacation, and my sister kept asking my father to go to the movies, and it was because Help was on, the movie Help.
Oh
you
my
know?
God, I love that movie.
And I remember seeing that on the screen in the movie theater.
Well, I have the VHS of every Beatle movie. If Bonnie or you want to borrow
Right.
them, they're in my house.
Cool.
Yeah, Help was a good one. I liked Help.
I love
A Hard
Help.
Day's Night, Tom
A
Hanks.
Hard Day's Night was good.
I heard Tom Hanks saying it was his favorite movie because it was so
Really?
happy and the Beatles were doing what they loved. It just yesterday, I
Yeah.
heard him say that on YouTube.
Ticket to Ride was good. That was more seeing the Beatles, the way they were, and
You mean
stuff.
the song in Help?
No, there was a movie called Ticket to Ride.
Really?
That one I don't know.
Me
Felix.
neither.
Yeah, you guys got to check it out. It's a British one.
Oh,
You know.
boy.
Cool.
Yeah. Ticket
That's
to Ride.
cool.
And it was funny because they had this guy actor who played I think of Paul McCartney's uncle, and he kept getting into trouble, and they kept having to
That's
Hard
Help.
Day's
they
Night.
could find
That's a
him.
Hard Day's Night.
That's Hard Day's Night. You're cute.
That's a Hard Day's Night.
Yeah, his uncle.
Hard Day's Night? Okay, I take your word for it because you are the expert. So yeah, that's probably
Yes.
it.
He's finding
Yes.
it. That was his grandfather, and I laughed.
Ah.
He's probably his age now, what he was.
No, I don't think so. he
Paul's
was
grandpa-
way up
He
there.
said he's a clean old man.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And you got to catch things that they do also in the movie because, I forgot who it was, whether it was George or I think it was probably John Lennon.
Yes.
He had a bottle of Coke.
Ah.
And yes, exactly. And he put it on his nose. And, it was hysterical because, back then that was probably something that shouldn't have been done, but it was great,
Now, how people could watch the show anytime they want.
This show? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be on
Um,
YouTube, Governor Comedy Club
Oh.
YouTube.
So
And
I'm
it's gonna be on
promote
their
it
page, and it's going to be on my pages as well. Yeah.
your page because I'm going to promote it. I have 2 Facebook pages because I got thrown off once. I was probably stalking someone famous knowing you. So I have 2 pages now, and so that's 7,000 people, and I want them to see your show every week.
Yep. I used to stalk James Darren. Remember James Darren, Time Tunnel, and
Bye, Cruel World.
I don't know.
he was a
Goodbye, Cruel World.
Tammy.
I'm off to join the circus. Bonnie doesn't remember that song. She's young.
Right. And he was the original Moondog Norgie from Tammy, James Darren. Remember
Maybe-
the movie Tammy?
Aaron.
James Darren.
James, what's it Tammy? No, Gidget. Excuse me, Gidget. He was the original Moondog in Gidget.
You got me on that
Yeah,
one, Felix.
I'm good with Gidget movies. So I mean that's part of what I used to do and watch. So I'm still stuck in the 60s, everybody tells me.
Me too,
Yeah.
Felix.
too.
I love the 60s.
You
And-
know?
I'm excited for that Sinatra special, which is
Yeah.
this Sunday.
Right. At 1:00 this Sunday
Yes. 'Cause-
on Chef Felix and Company YouTube channel,
yes.
and then also on Let's Eat LI and Felix Restuccia, all live.
Things
and-
about this show too, all these different ways.
Right, all different ways. And then
And then Gov's Comedy Club YouTube
they're gonna play it on their YouTube then the following week.
the following week.
I'm going to be at Governor's. Could I promote my show?
Yes, yes, please promote
Yeah,
Anna Murray, having Rhonda Hanson, me, Claudia Bonavut,
Bonavita,
yeah, and Karen
Margaret.
and Terry Ann Zander. We're all going to be on Donna's show this Saturday, 7:30 at the Giggle Room. I'm
Okay.
excited. It's all women.
Yeah, you can promote anything Governors. We are associated with Governors, so it's no problem.
Oh, because when you said, "What are you up to?" Lucky I didn't say anything else.
Yeah, don't say anything else.
I guess not. Yeah, I guess maybe you shouldn't. I don't know.
I love Governors. In fact, James said I could call and perform on a Thursday or a Sunday if I call up.
Yeah, James is a great guy. I met him a while back. He's very, very nice.
Anyone who
James-
puts me on is very, very nice.
Who? I'm sorry.
Anyone who puts me on any show whatsoever is very, very nice.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Helene Witt, everyone.
Felix.
Helene is a
Felix.
wonderful comedian. The
Thank you.
comedian, Helene Witt.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Okay. That was good. I thought that was great. Ann Rothen, yes, that was an awesome story that Helene said, was talking about. It brings me back to the 60s. I love the 60s. And I think we're going to have a Beatles special. And we're going to have Helene on showing her Beatles room. I think that would be a great show. We got the Sunday Sinatra special coming up. That's going to be a good show. All of our specials have done really well. So we're going to do more of them, different themes and stuff like that. So stay tuned for those. We'll be advertising it. And that's really it. So remember, Sunday at 1 o'clock, Sinatra special. Sunday with Sinatra. Again, we're going to have people singing. We're going to have Joe Curry, comedian, with Donnie Scalisi. We're going to have Esther in Frank Sinatra Park. She's going to be doing it. She's going to be going around, and maybe she'll be asking people questions about Frank Sinatra. And we're going to have the Frank Sinatra trivia, hopefully. It's up to you guys out there. Contact me on Felix Ristuccia, Ristuccia, on Messenger. Okay, we will make some type of arrangement, whether you come on comments or you come, I give you the link and you come on the show and you have a little block where you can talk and say, I don't know if we're going to use the phone though. We may not, but it would either be through comments or through Messenger, or come on the show. And we won't embarrass you. We're going to ask questions about Frank Sinatra. Everything's going to be multiple choice. And we'll give away some prizes. So it's up to you guys out there to do the Frank Sinatra trivia. Okay, please do. I would love it to have that and talk about Frank. That's what we're going to do. And we'll talk about Frank's favorite meals also. He was a rich guy, but, very simple and a lot of taste. Same thing with Dean Martin. Dean Martin was very simple in his taste of food. And that they got from when they were kids, growing up as the second generation, or actually as the first generation in this country, and having parents that were immigrants. The food was very simple then. Nobody had really a lot of money. So that stays with you. And it stayed with Frank, stayed with Dean. Okay, so that's the end of our show. I want to thank Esther. I want to thank Bonnie, and I want to thank Helene Witt. And she could come back on anytime she wants. In fact, we're going to have her on when we do a Beatles special. Okay, I think that would be a great idea, and we're going to have her. And that's pretty much it. So I thank you all. Thank you very much. And have a great time. And hopefully we'll see you Sunday. All right.